data from the Coalition of Academic Workforce tells us that the average age of an adjunct is 50, half a century. Less than 20% are under age 35. 35% of adjuncts are between the ages of 56 and 76. 60% of them are women. 63% of adjuncts have been teaching for more than 2 years. Beyond the numbers, my individual reporting on the day-to-day struggles and experiences of adjuncts illustrates just how inhumane this new corporate model of higher education can be, and its impact on a certain class of academic laborers. Think about Mary Margaret Vojtko. Here was an 82-year-old woman who started adjuncting in the 1970s. She never finished her dissertation. She was a French professor at Duquesne. She battled a lifetime of poverty and illness. Shortly after the university told her that they would not be renewing her contract, she dropped dead on her front lawn. Think about Mary Faith Cerasoli, a 52-year-old adjunct from New York City who's been living out of her car and battling health issues and unable to get health care. She teaches at 3 different universities. She too is a language professor. Certainly when you think about professors, a lot of people think about a coddled bunch who are privileged and living well. You don't think homeless professor when you think about this group of people. Melissa Bruninga-Matteau. She's a single mom who was part of a story that I did about the growing numbers of people who are on food stamps. It used to be that we were told that the people who were on welfare were welfare queens, usually a black woman with lots of kids, who was lazy, uneducated, unmotivated. Certainly this wasn't Melissa Bruninga-Matteau. This was a woman who did everything right. She worked hard, she got an education, she did all she could do to make a good life for her daughter and herself. Think about Tony Yang. He too was part of that story on the growing numbers of PhDs on welfare. He's an Asian American history PhD. Much of what we're told about Asians in higher ed is that they're model minorities, that they work really hard. So when you look at these 4 individuals and their plight, they blast open a lot of myths about hard work and about education. What amazed me about some of the response to the stories of Tony Yang particularly and Melissa Bruninga-Matteau was that somehow pursuing an advanced degree was their fault, particularly in the humanities. And the fact that they're adjuncts somehow is a sign of them not working hard or doing something wrong. So all 4 of these individuals are real people from different walks of life. And they are not just stories about adjuncts. They're illustrative and symptomatic of broader issues that are happening in American life. Legions of Americans are doing what these adjuncts are doing. They're getting more education. They're taking on more debt to get that education. And they're working more, they're working harder, they're holding down multiple jobs, and they're making less and they're getting nowhere. Many of them are simply stuck.